What's up, Bill? Good morning. I can't hear you. What's going on? Can you hear me?
My bad. I was on mute.
Oh, there he is. Whew, man.
Man, how was your
What's
holiday?
up, buddy? It was good. I changed my bill bet a little bit over the weekend because with it being a Monday holiday,
Mm-hmm.
my inclination is to work. And I decided, you know what? It made me incredibly uncomfortable to not work yesterday. So Um, I had some stuff on the calendar and reached out. Was like, hey, could we move? Right, client work, and they were all like, yeah, we're not doing anything today anyway. So they were already thinking it. I just wasn't. So I moved everything around. The only work I did yesterday was like a 30-minute podcast interview, which I couldn't really move. So, but I didn't. I wasn't in here otherwise, other than that. So feel good about that. We took some time over the weekend to like redo this space kind of back here behind me and hang up some more art and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm excited.
Cool. That sounds like a good weekend.
It was an excellent weekend, actually. Starting to cool off a little bit and felt nice to go out. We went to a grocery store together, which seems like that shouldn't be a big deal, but it's kind of a big deal because we don't ever really go out together. So that was nice. And then had a friend over yesterday. We had burgers and drank some beer, and yeah, it was good. What
That's
about
good.
you, Bill?
That's good. I took yesterday off completely, which I haven't done that in a long, long time. Not like 100% of a day. So that's good.
Yeah.
I'm rested today. And let's see, over the weekend, we went out to Lake Grapevine. A friend of mine has a boat. And so he took us out tubing on Lake Grapevine.
Nice.
So that was good. And otherwise, just hung out and it was not a it was a super relaxing weekend for sure. So really nice.
Good, good, good. Plans for today?
Let's see. My big three today is going to be searching the lead list pretty hard.
Mm,
I barely touched it because there's a decent amount of people there. Let's see. I'm starting a 30-day plan for a kind of a bit of a giveaway for Quirk, so I'm working on that framework today. And then let's see. What's the third thing? Oh, I'm eating vegetables today. uh,
what kind of vegetables, sir? Anything in particular, or just
broccoli, cauliflower, carrot mix. I've already mixed
the
them up.
Normandy mix? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, is it a struggle for you to want to eat the vegetables, or is it just about remembering? Or
No, like I said, I just don't want it some days. I just don't want to. It's actually not less that I don't want to eat the vegetables. It's more that I want to eat other stuff.
there it is. There it is.
Yeah, yeah, that's for
It's
sure.
important to it's important to frame that correctly, right? Because
Right.
you can tell yourself, well, the slightly different version of this thing, which is not exactly the thing that makes it like set it off inside of you when you're thinking about it, right? Like sometimes when I'm journaling, I've got these statements that I make, and sometimes I have to reword them to have that moment of like, yeah, there it is. Like I'm talking about this and phrasing this correctly,
Yep.
and I think it's important when you're looking at your own stuff to do that. Okay, is it that I don't want to do this, or is it that I want something else? Okay, great. It's something that I want. So let's make that the reward for doing the things that I don't want to do. Stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. Morning, Michelle.
Good morning, Michelle.
How was your holiday weekend? I'm sure they did something fun out on the ranch, the farm, wherever
They're
you
always
are.
doing they're always doing something amazing and fun. Um,
Yeah.
I
So what do you?
have
Yeah, what are you doing today?
I have sales lab today at 2. So if you're part of sales lab, come up, ask questions, strategy session, essentially starting the week off. What do we need to get done for you like this weekend or this week, with it being a short week and entering into the last quarter of the year, which is a little sketchy. So that's at 2. I have a client session at 4, and I have a networking call at 11. And other than that, that's I've got some periods blocked out for some deep work stuff, and trying to get back. into it. It's weird how like one additional day makes me a little sluggish for wanting to hop back into the fray today. So today's just going to be mostly about just like shoving myself out there and trying to get some work done.
Yeah, I'm hoping, and I know same for you, but I walk after our show, so the walk will help me kind of get my head locked in.
For sure. Yeah, the walks. I almost didn't go for a walk this morning because I kind of got some bad sleep, so I was gonna snooze and sleep in a little bit, and I was like, nope, got to get out there and walk while the walking is good. I need to find a better bridge between this and the rest of the morning because like I'm still having like a little bit of problems like sinking in and getting like some good work done. So I'm going to be playing with that this week. Probably some meditation between this and that would benefit me the most. But yeah, that's kind of it. The week is kind of light as far as calls and yeah, a little bit. I need to probably get. Let's see. I need to get probably 3 more decision maker conversations on the calendar for this week to feel good about it. So that's going to be some work this morning. Last Friday, when I was doing all my asks, I was hanging out on LinkedIn and was sending some asks out over there. And it seems the vibe feels different over there since the last time I was really like heavily prospecting over there. Have you felt that? Have you noticed that, or is that just me in the juxtaposition of Facebook and LinkedIn?
Probably some of both, I'd say.
Okay.
I still think it's a great place to have DM conversations if you can build relationships there. It's just I think it's just the what you would call it life cycle of LinkedIn, kind of doing what every other social media platform's done. It's going through the same cycle. So it's if you liked it before, there shouldn't be any reason you don't like it now. It's just a little different.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be, I think, hanging out over there a little bit more so that I can try to pull some people in to the text group and the Facebook group and Sales Lab. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's kind of all I got.
Yeah, I've got a couple potential client calls today, so that's good.
Okay.
The rest of my week's actually pretty light as well.
Are you okay, you said potential clients, so my sales hat goes on. Like, how far into the process are you with these people?
One of them's brand spanking new, but they reached out to me. And then the other one is literally down to, yes, let's work together. Let's just iron out the budget that we have. Because we want to work with you and we think we can afford you, but let's just lay it all out in front of us so we can see what maybe we have to put off or, make payments on or like stuff like that. So it feels like the sale's been made, obviously, until it's signed. It's not a sale.
For sure.
But yeah, it's one of those. It doesn't feel a lot like a sales call anymore. It's just, okay, let's work these last kind of things out.
Do you have any concerns about what's going to happen at this point in the conversation forward?
No.
Okay, good.
No,
so when do you think you'll be today? Okay,
yeah,
legit.
Yeah.
Do they know that?
Yeah, they're the ones that said, hey, let's get this thing ironed out today. We want to get started, so let's get these last details figured out.
Do you hear the murkiness in that thing? I don't know if you hear it or not. The murkiness in that statement make me maybe, but we sometimes hear these statements and we get excited because like as salespeople we're like, okay, cool, like but we're gonna iron this thing out and figure out if we should move forward or not. Like there's still a lot of ambiguity in that statement.
Yeah, they didn't say if we move forward. They said we're going to move forward. We just have to figure out how to make our budget work. So let's iron that out.
Nice. There you go. That's a much better. There's a big difference in those two statements.
Yeah, for sure.
In my head.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, it's not like if we should move forward. It is. We are. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Cool, man. And what's the other one?
It's a referral. So someone said you should work with Jake, and they said, okay, cool. What does he do? And they said, well, let me just connect you guys so you can talk. So it's a literally brand new conversation.
Awesome. So and is this for Quirk stuff or is this for your stuff?
It's for Quirk.
Quirk. Okay, cool. Nice, man. To be a fly on the wall in that conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, we
You
got to figure
doing
out a
that
way to
via
make
Zoom?
with no, actually it's just a phone call today.
Just a phone call. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, man. I'm. We could go a whole other 15 minutes on preparation for this call, but I won't do that to you publicly.
Well, let's do five. I think it's good. So
Okay.
let's do five of it.
Well, okay. So of the big seven, right?
Mhm.
The big seven are. I'm not sure if this helps me. I like you, but I like somebody else better. I don't have money to pay for this. Everybody else likes somebody else, but I like you. Moment is lost. I have to talk to a business owner, partner, spouse, whoever else, and now's not the right time. Which, like, of those seven, like which ones are you most concerned about for this conversation?
I don't know nothing yet,
Okay.
so I don't know
So
which.
so what's the most common blow up you get in your sales conversations? Is it
Um,
budget?
nah, that's more of a filter, I guess. Like it's very quickly. I tend to have those conversations if we're in the same ballpark. Just that way we know should we keep talking, you know. So
Hmm.
actually, it's now's not the right time, or what was that last one you said?
Oh yeah, the now's not the right time, right? So
Yeah,
they're price checking you, but you don't really have an agreement of when you're going to start. So you're
right.
excited, but they're thinking it's like a fourth quarter
Yeah,
initiative.
yeah. That's the one that I get the most. Is this sounds really good, but we're not ready to start yet.
Okay, so the question to work backwards from there is, hey Jake, if you found something who was a good fit for you, when would you be looking to move forward and start?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, that's good.
Because then they'll tell you, well, we would like to start in December. Okay, why December? Well, because that's when we're slow. Okay, do you want to really start this when you're slow? Because it takes some time for this stuff to like start to actually kick in and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So when would you like the process to actually be up and running and working for you? Well,
Right.
we'd like it to be up and running and working in December.
Right.
Okay, should we have a conversation about starting it in October then?
Yeah.
You can work backwards from there.
Right.
Um, a little bit easier because I mean everybody expects everything to happen tomorrow, right? Like even if they've done this before, they think, oh, you know what, like this is gonna be different and better, and everyone's expecting success sooner than what it actually is.
That's
So
true.
having the right conversation about that is important.
Yep. That's good. I like it.
Awesome, man. Hey, you're welcome. I hope it helps. I mean, how many conversations do you normally have before you get into like scope and like details and things like that?
Uh, it depends on the introduction, honestly. Like sometimes if I do it myself, I try and jump into that pretty quickly just to understand where they're at and why they want to work with me and the type
Hmm.
of things they're looking to accomplish. That's typically something I'm trying to jump into pretty quickly. When it's a handoff like this and I have no clue what's going on, it's just like, hey, meet this person. I don't force that conversation in the first call. I just kind of like, hey, why, how do you know so and so? What are you working on these days? Why did he think I would be a good person to talk to about this?
That's the good question right there. Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. Hey, Levi, how's it going, man? Um, yeah, just really
Definitely.
understand why we were connected and what he's working with or she's working with, and understand if is it worth a conversation moving forward about how we work with people
Yeah.
to do blah blah. Blah. So and sometimes it's yes, sometimes it's no. So I consider that one call, and then on blind ones, and then the second, I'm setting the expectations. Great. Should we talk about? But my goal for the end of those introduction calls is always to understand how we can work together moving forward. Are we just LinkedIn
Hmm.
buddies, or are we a potential client fit?
Yeah.
That way I always know what the second call is going to be about.
I like that a lot. And I was gonna kind of argue the other way that since it's coming in as a referral, you should be moving in pretty quickly because there's already trust because it came by word of mouth. But the other thing to consider is that sometimes people control what other people's vision is of your work,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Yeah.
Jake, even though it's a referral and it came in from a client who he's worked with, Jake has got to put in time to like make sure that this new person he's talking to has a really clear expectation and understanding of what he does before he gets himself into a spot of saying, "Oh yeah, man, we're going to kill this for you," which is what a lot of salespeople do. So
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
yeah, oh yeah, man, oh yeah, man, Ben sent you my way. Come on, just come on, man.
Yeah. We got this.
It,
It's
yeah.
yeah. It's done deal.
Yeah, no. So yeah, that's probably the money question over that whole conversation. Hey, Mike thought that we should talk. I'm curious, what did he tell you, and what made you think that you'd be open to the conversation?
Yeah.
Well, then it's you've just pulled a string on Woody, just snake in my boot, but it's hopefully some pain,
Yes.
some concerns, some pains, some lacking of features and benefits that he sees value in that you can deliver on, and things like that.
Yeah,
So
definitely. Yeah, and actually, so I've got one more question for you. So I've got another one that's a brand new, just like that. Was like looking for someone. A friend of mine at church has a friend of his, and he said, "Hey, you should talk to my friend Jake." And my friend Michael said, "Should I give Jake your contact information?" And he was like, "No." And said, "Okay." So he asked me, can I hand your stuff off to him? So to me, that sounds like nothing until
nothing. Yeah, it's absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
If I had $1 for every time I was out networking someplace, and this was more common in Iron Egg times than it is now, and I would go up and I'd be like, oh yeah, and I would tell people like what I do, and they're like, man, I wish I'd met you last month. My friend, he just went through this whole thing, hated the whole experience and everything else.
Yeah.
And also every time somebody's like, you know what, I got somebody who needs to meet you, I'm going to send them your way, and then nothing. Like I would never need to sell another hour of time ever again if I had $1 for each one of those conversations, right? So it's about control, is what it comes down to, right? You can absolutely put yourself into that situation without without a net. I don't recommend it. Not a whole lot you can do about it though, right? In those kinds of situations. But what I do is I try to take the next situation. Hey man, I appreciate that, Jake. I would love to talk to him if he's open to it. Sounds like he might not be. That's okay. If he changes his mind, would you mind doing a 3-way introduction? You, me, and him, and going about it that way. Then some people are okay with that. And here's the deal. People who are going to refer you a lot are totally okay with that because they want to check that box and then they want to move on.
Yep.
Sometimes these people are like, well, if I do Jake a solid and give him this lead, it's going to come back to me in some certain way. And so those people are not going to be referring with the same amount of volume as busy networkers anyway. Yep. So and busy networkers are wanting to get it off of their task list. They don't want to hold on to that referral and then bring it over to you as some kind of prized possession because they're doing such a volume amount of them that they just can't do it that way. So, this person sounds like maybe they're new. Are they new to this kind of thing?
No, he's a salesman. He'll actually he'll make the
interesting.
connection. No, he'll absolutely make the connection. I don't have any doubt of
okay.
that. I think it's more like maybe the other guy had asked him, "Hey, do you know anybody?" And it was like, "Yeah, but don't give him my information." It sounds to me more like the guy he's talking about maybe isn't ready to be approached. He's shopping and mentioned it, to Michael. And Michael's like, "Well, I got this guy." Well, I'm not quite ready.
Which just means that you're gonna have your work cut out for you whenever it does get to the conversation, because if he's scared to talk to anybody now, right? This weird thing happens. They think they're going to be more okay to talk to a salesperson as they get closer to the decision, but a lot of times they don't, right? Because they start to build it up in their head so much that no salesperson is going to be able to build that trust, and then they end up not doing anything. Mm-hmm. So there's always a status quo sell, right? This is how we've always done it. Yeah. Always going to be something you have to sell against. So
yeah, for sure. I'm just going to pass my information. I'm going to ask him to connect us 3-way, and then
yeah. There you go.
Just see what happens.
Yeah. And if he does, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But yeah, until you have a direct way to reach out to this person without having to involve the other person, I would put this in in the lowest percentage column of my CRM. The suspects column.
The ice cold.
Not even a prospect, just a suspect.
Yes.
So
yes. Exactly.
All right, man. Well, let's end for today. Let's go be productive. Make up for yesterday.
Okay. Let's do it. All right. Well, I'll see everybody tomorrow.